During the day, we always crave for a little more free time. When sitting in the office, everyone looks forward to the evening to relax. When having to meet deadlines, everyone thinks that as soon as we come home at night, we can rest and do what we like. But what is the truth? Most of us let the evening be swallowed up by our phones, mindless scrolling, or endless fatigue. Many people even go to bed with an empty feeling. The whole day has passed. The evening has also passed without any meaningful residue. I used to be like that. Every night I was tired. I turned on the screen to relieve boredom, then scrolled all the way until midnight. The next morning, I woke up. My mind was heavy. My body was sluggish. The cycle repeated. Until I started experimenting with a different way, turning the evening into a regeneration system. Not rigid rules like waking up at 5 a.m., but natural, simple, but extremely effective things. And over the years, I've distilled it into 9 systems. With just a few changes to your habits, your evenings will no longer be a time of theft, but a foundation for you to recover, create, and live more meaningfully. Evening Blueprint. Most people think that evenings are all about scheduling time. But the truth is, it's not about time, it's about energy. You might have 3 hours of free time, but if you're exhausted, those 3 hours are like a shadow. So the first step is to reframe your evenings. The first thing is a curtain call ritual. When you're done, don't let work bleed into the evening. Just stand up, take 3 deep breaths, close your laptop and say to yourself, I'm done. Let's move on. It sounds simple, but it's a powerful signal to your brain that the workday is over. Next, divide your evenings into 3 90-minute chunks. The first is recovery, for eating, relaxing, unwinding. The second is growth, where you study, exercise, or pursue a hobby. The last is connection, for family, friends, or meaningful conversations. With this rhythm, the evenings will no longer be such a dizzying mass. Another important tip, reverse the schedule. Don't plan from morning to night, but start from the time you want to sleep, and then work backwards. Sleep time is the anchor that determines the rest of the structure. And finally, use a 2-minute reset every time you change activities. Clean the table, change the lighting, or simply change clothes. It's only 2 minutes, but it's like hitting the refresh button for your mind, helping you start the next phase with a different spirit. 4. Free yourself from the digital vampire. Have you ever intended to look at your phone for 5 minutes, only to find that an hour has passed? That's the power of the digital vampire. It drains your evening without you even realizing it. To regain control, try deleting 1 app from your phone each night. It may sound risky, but 90% of the time you won't even remember it. And you've just given yourself some of your energy back. Another way is to set an analog timer. The last hour before bed, let your phone and laptop sleep before you. If possible, put them in another room. Then your bedroom becomes a true safe space, rather than a satellite office. Also, follow the 3-app rule. Keep only 3 apps that you really need for the evening. Everything else is just distractions. And finally, separate your life from your screens. Leave your phone charging in the kitchen, your laptop in a drawer. Use a real alarm clock. These small physical spaces are invisible walls that protect your evenings. The key is not to banish technology, but to train it to serve you, rather than to take over. 4. Hack your brain at night. The evening is when your brain is most likely to be overloaded. But with just a few small tricks, you can hack your brain back. Start with digital sunset. Reduce blue light early. The brain cannot distinguish between real light and screen light. Looking at your phone until midnight, your brain thinks it is still noon. Create an artificial sunset to signal the end of the day. Next is the ritual space. Set aside a small corner with soft lighting, pleasant scents, soft materials. Every time you enter, your brain will understand. This is a place to cool down and regenerate. Another technique is a diary to your future self. Before going to bed, write a few lines for tomorrow morning, but don't list your to-dos. Write about how you want to feel, calm, excited, full of energy. Your brain will find a way to get you closer to that feeling. Also, free yourself from decisions. At night, your brain is like a nearly dead battery. Don't force it to work harder. Prepare your clothes, breakfast, and workspace. When you let your brain rest, you will be twice as alert the next morning. Mindfulness and emotional intelligence. Many people consider evening emotions to be troublemakers, tiredness, anxiety, boredom. But in fact, they are just code signals. If you know how to read them, you will solve your own energy problem. You don't need to meditate for hours. Just a few seconds when drinking tea, washing your hands, changing clothes. That is micro-meditation. Short but enough to anchor you to the present. In addition, name the emotion. When you name it, I am tired, I am stressed, its weight is halved. Before going to bed, ask yourself, what recharged you today? What drained you? What surprised you? Just a few keywords are enough to help you see the picture clearly. When you see emotions not as enemies, but as a map, the evening will become a subtle compass that guides you. The human battery. We know when our phones are dead, but we don't know when we're out of social energy. Be aware. Who or what lifts you? Who drains you? Just being aware is half the battle. Then choose a small evening tribe. 3 to 5 people deep enough that you can truly connect. After every social hour, take 15 minutes of quiet time. Like a cool down after a workout, this time helps your energy level back down. And remember, evening conversation is productive. It fuels creativity, problem solving, and helps you recover faster than any movie. Creative habits. The evening is not just a place to rest. It is a creative laboratory. You can start by stacking micro habits. For example, hang up your keys, take off your shoes, change into comfortable clothes. 3 small actions, but they create a rhythm for the evening. A master routine is also important. It can be as simple as making a cup of tea. For me, it signals to the brain that the evening has begun. To avoid boredom, use the activity wheel. Alternate between reading, writing, drawing, listening to music. Also, try small experiments every day. Sit in a different place, listen to new music, or use your non-dominant hand to do something. These seemingly small things keep the brain active. And importantly, don't underestimate the time spent lying down. There are evenings when you can't do anything, but that's part of the creative cycle. Just as the field needs to rest between crops, your brain needs space to prepare for the next burst. Brain and body energy management. Imagine your body as a power plant. If you don't know how to operate it, you'll lose power all night. You don't need to spend hours at the gym. Just do some movement snacks. A few minutes of stretching, jumping in place, walking around the room. Small, but enough to wake up your body. Evening energy has a rhythm. It usually dips from 5 to 7 p.m. and increases from 7 to 9 p.m. If you know this rhythm, you'll be able to schedule the right activities at the right time. Also, differentiate between nutritious and junk activities. Mindless internet surfing is like fast food. It's filling but not nutritious. Deep conversation or creative work is a nutritious mental meal. Integration strategy. Instead of building walls between work and life, build bridges. A 15-minute transition ritual, a warm bath, a familiar playlist, or a walk will help you step out of work mode and into life mode. The important thing is to realize the evening is not a leftover, but a foundation that shapes tomorrow. Every activity, every relationship, every evening space has 2 options: recharge or drain. When you choose right, the evening becomes a time to reset your entire life. The art of rest and active, sleep. Most of us think of sleep as a switch. Use it up and then shut it off. But sleep is not a shutdown. It's a designable activity. Have a 20-30 minute pre-sleep ritual. Read a few pages of a light book. Write a thank you note, or take a deep breath. Instead of letting your brain run full speed and then shut down, give it time to slow down. Warm yellow lights, soft music, White noise. All are biological signals telling your body it's time to rest. And importantly, apply sleep anchoring. Fix your bedtime and wake time. Repeat this long enough, and your body will set a natural alarm clock. At that point, sleep is no longer an end, but a reset key. It collects memories, cleans emotions, and reboots creativity. You'll wake up not only rested, but also rejuvenated. So you've gone through the 9 evening systems. It's important to remember, the evening isn't the leftovers from a long day. It's the foundation for you to re-energize and shape the best version of yourself.